another movie review. Today I want to highlight an amazing short film produced by Disney Plus that recently got released on what day today? I think today is Thursday, so it recently got released on the Disney Plus platform this past Wednesday by the name of Camp Alec. Camp Alec is a short film based around a summer camp for those with disabilities who use augmented or alternative communication devices or a handmade for them torture devices. So today I want to talk to you about how that movie has the potential to change people's way of thinking when it comes to everyday communication or even public policy advocacy for those with disabilities. As many of you may know, I have over 5 years of experience in the disability advocacy world. During those 5 years of my advocacy journey, I have had the ability to meet a variety of different individuals who have different disabilities and ways of communicating. But let me tell you, this because you have a different way of communicating than the average person, that doesn't mean that your voice matters any less. Most of these individuals who use AAC devices have the ability or want to have the ability to communicate their daily life or a big idea that they may have in their head. But the main barrier that I see as somebody who works in the system and somebody who is widely adapt to communicating with those individuals who communicate differently than the average person. It's not that they don't know how to use their device, because trust me, they know how to use their device, and they know exactly what they're saying when they are saying it. So the biggest barrier to individuals who have AAC devices is not the lack of understanding how to use their device on their part, but the lack of understanding society when it comes to interacting with people with different communication styles AAC devices. These individuals oftentimes get very overlooked in everyday society because people don't have the patience, because we are TikTok and YouTube and Instagram have taken away our attention span and our ability to pay attention to detail and be patient as somebody problem solve and try to communicate with us. So that is the biggest barrier. That is the biggest barrier for individuals who use AAC devices. So how and why does this matter? At the end of the day, when people use communication devices, I think it's really, 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 really important for us to realize as a society that this how somebody in the main way somebody might Hannah, somebody might say British, somebody might talk in an Indian accent. Those are different types of communication styles, right? And we would always include those people in our everyday conversations. And those people are doctors, those people are technology people, those people are caregivers, those people are engineers, those people are mechanics, right? And we would never doubt their ability to understand what we need done. Am I right? Well, we have to start thinking about nonverbal individuals who use communication devices for communicating. That's how we would if we were interacting with a mechanic, a doctor, a computer technician who hosts a different language or have an accent that might be different than ours. One amazing thing that one amazing thing that stood out to me as a individual and an ally of this particular segment of the disability community is Camp Alec was actually developed by a mom who had who had always who had used augmented communication devices to communicate in their in his everyday life for everything that he needed. And the director, also known as his mom, and the director had a dream of teaching her son to read and write. So something very unique about this movie is that it was developed around the idea that all people with disabilities have a voice and the right to use that voice, no matter how much work it takes. Camp Alec, from my understanding, the actual camp, not the movie, the actual camp is currently developed on a curriculum developed for those who primarily use AAC, and this curriculum will teach those individuals to use their AAC devices to communicate in their daily life as well as advocate for better and better things like governmental policy or what kind of classes they want to take in high school or talking to their friends or whatever. It is a whole curriculum based on how they communicate. And that really stood out to me because if you are not an English teacher and you might come to America and teach in the Spanish language, we offer English as a second language class, and that's how I kind of picture that's kind of how I picture Camp Alec being. Camp Alec provides that in the language type of vibe, but for those with a disability. By having the movie on a big platform, Identity Plus, I really hope that people want to realize that there are a million different communication styles and a communication device is one of the main bedrooms. Because let me tell you, as you get older, and I mean like in the older generation, as you get older, you may lose your ability to talk. So obviously the family around you and your family is going to figure out a way to ask you how ask is going to figure out a way to communicate with you. So I think this movie will provide value insight as to why it is so important to learn about augmented alternative communication now when you are young and not familiar with it, because one day you may have to use it. Whether you are using a device, an iPad or talker, or you are communicating with your loved one when you're 90 years old with your eye or by pointing your finger at what you want. That is all augmented alternative communication, and I am so happy that Camp Alec is bringing that to every bringing that to the American people movie scene. Another awesome thing that this movie has done, that this movie has done, for the disability community is kind of similar to what I talked about in the Out of My Mind review, but yet kind of different. This movie did not, this movie or short film, however you want to describe it, is based on a true place, true people, and true reality of living with a disability. So they, instead of hiring actors like a movie would, they based it around the true people, and everyone who is actually in the movie is actually a humble camp. It has to be a camper at the humble camp. So I think it's really cool that Disney Plus didn't produce the movie, but they brought the movie to the actual place and the actual people involved in that movie. This video hit home with you in any way, and yet I know it was kind of a rant, but I think it is truly an important video. So if this video hit home with you in any way, please leave it in the comments below, and please let me know what your dream is as a disabled individual or as a parent with a higher disability. Because remember, everyone has a voice and everyone has a dream. They just have to figure out a way to get it out to the masses, out to society, out to their friends, out to their family. So I encourage you to try something new, and remember, everyone communicates in different ways.